Yeah, people, welcome to the coach's desk with yours truly, Coach Minzy. Yes, and as the title suggests, we will be talking about Lamar Walker and Jahshaun Anglin, two of Jamaica's brightest young talents. They would have been signed by Miami FC in the USL, that's the United Soccer League, in the United States. So it's a good look for these youngsters because they would have secured some playing time for themselves in football. For basically what is happening right now, it's very hectic, it's very torrid, and it could be challenging for some persons if they aren't playing football, especially if you play your trade in football. You know what I mean? So it's a good look for these players. We wish them well. We trust that they will represent themselves well in Miami. If they are to score goals, if they are to, do what they do best. You know what I mean? Because it's been a long time coming, especially for Lamar Walker, the former Clarendon College man. He was linked to a move in Brazil some time ago. He had a tough time because he was barred from playing in the Da Costa Cup for Clarendon College for whatever reason. But he has been representing Portmore ever since, and that's a good look for the youngster there. So kudos to Lamar. I trust that his handlers would have been in his head to ensure that he remains calm, because it was a tough time for him. And Jahshaun Anglin is another bright star. Incidentally, both of them had their chance down in Saudi Arabia. They went with the group. I'm not too sure if they had played, but I mean, that is added star on their crown, just be called up for cap for the national team. So kudos to these youngsters. I do believe that they have a far way to go. They are two of Jamaica's brightest young stars. And just to add to that a bit of news, Preston Norton, Daniel Johnson, yes, Daniel Johnson plays for Jamaica. He would have signed an extension to his contract with Preston North End to keep him until 2023. So that's a good look for another reggae boy. Also, the speedy Reed, yes, that plays for Fulham, Bobby Reed. He scored today for Fulham. So the reggae boys are doing pretty well in their respective league, and that's a good look for them. Now, what say you, Coach's Desk family? Do you think it's a good move for Lamar and Jahshaun? Yes, I want you to share your comment in the comment section so that we can have a lively discussion on these two youngsters. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I do believe I do believe that they are very good. So, yeah, man, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, my people. Bring it on. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Yeah, my people. So we have one comment up and ready. Shirley and Christy, definitely a good move. Yes. So a good move for them. I hear many people talking, that these players would have been bigger than the USL. But right now, players are making money in the USL. No football is actually being played in Jamaica, unless you go on a corner in a community. You see some youngsters playing scrimmage. But I mean, no competitive game is being played in Jamaica, and I do believe that these players want to be playing football, especially if they want to ensure that they are in the Gold Cup squad as well as the World Cup qualifier. All right, definitely. So yeah, man, it's a good look. It's a good look. All right, so let's look on some of the comments. Marvelous said that have to do some research on them, but glad them must step up in a life 100%. Yeah, man, are two good ballers, two very good, talented youngsters. If you ask me, they would be two of the prospects who could be the future of Jamaica, especially the Anglin youngster, Jahshaun. He plays defensive midfield, right? And I believe that that is a position that Jamaica is lacking. And if he could go out to the USL and get some experience playing in a professional league, professional setting, rubbing shoulders with some players that would have been playing in the league for quite some time. So definitely it would be a good look. So he'll be getting caps in the professional setting under his belt, so that when he's called up to the national team, he would know what to do, how to do, and all of that. You know what I mean? So it's a good look. It's a good look. It's a good look. All right. So King Pro, good move to get the experience and exposure. Yeah, very same thing I said, King Pro. It's definitely a good move. Yeah, man. Because like I said, no football is being played in Jamaica right now. So if they can get out of Jamaica, definitely, why should we stop them? And Jahshaun, I believe that he plays for Harborview and Lamar, Portmore United player. All right. So Shirley and Krista again said, I'd have to check that one out. I'll get back to you on that. Kevin, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. And if you want to join me on the panel, just, well, I'm a bro up in here. Yeah, man. Welcome to the fourth official. Yeah, man. Rome. He's in the house. He's in the house. Like I said, if you want to join the stream to be on the panel, you can hit me up on Coach's Desk at Instagram, and I'll send you the link, and we move from there. All right. So yeah, Rome, what's up?
Another day, son. Another day, another disappointing result, Manchester United.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Just want to know Manchester United is at the topic of today, but you asked me what's up, and that's what's killing me today.
All right. So we really are talking about Lamar Walker, Jahshaun Anglin, two youngsters from Jamaica who actually signed for Miami FC. And some persons are saying it's a good look. Some persons are saying they should have seek out better options in terms of playing rather than the USL. But why Why I mention that is because no football is being played in Jamaica, right? And these youngsters got an opportunity. So why would they allow this to slide? Because sometimes opportunity only come once for you. You know what I mean?
And honestly, it's a big man move because of the fact that football now play in Jamaica, right? And then
Precisely.
other than that, how often do you get the opportunity to go and play? Whether it's the second division of the USA or the first division, how often you get the opportunity to go play abroad, play overseas, different type of
Exactly.
football, different type of facilities, different type of education in the game. The sky is the limit for them at this point after that move is made. You understand? If
Mm-hmm.
if these youth come over with the drive and desire to do well, the sky is the limit. I mean, a lot of people move from the second division to the first division, and then from here they can move on to other places to Europe, so and all over the world go play football and make a living for yourself.
Definitely. And I would say if I'm a footballer right now and I get an opportunity to play in the championship or the League One in England, I
You
would
jump in at it,
take
son.
that opportunity. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's a
that's
good move for the youth, them man. We know that the USL is not a top league in the world, but I would say it's above the local Premier League.
ways
So
above
I
it
mean,
with
so I mean,
facilities and the high school them over here have better facilities than most of the facilities in Jamaica. So which means that the man them come over here can play a different type of football, a better type of football where it can only
exactly.
improve the freedom game. And you mentioned that no football play Jamaica for obvious reasons, right? But that's the reason why if you look at the WSL, we talked about this the other day, like a lot of the American women, America have the best female football team, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the females leaving from over here and going over England and over Europe to go play. Manchester United signed two, Tottenham signed one, and they're moving and they normally play over here in the States, but they decide to listen. Football and really I play over in the States at that time. A lot of them signed for European clubs and over there play right now. So them get the opportunity to go play and gone.
Yeah, man, grab it with both hands, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for real. So, Burrell Dan, big up yourself. So Burrell Dan said, desk and official, real question. Who are your best 23 men or man squad for Jamaica in Gold Cup? What you say about that one there, Room?
Best
Pick
23
a
man
squad.
squad. I say
Hey,
you want to pick
Burrell
a
Dan,
squad.
not easy, you know.
Picking a squad with 23 man. So your boss didn't say starting 11, Man
Yeah,
want the
I
best
will squad him
23.
on.
Man, your whole squad. Bro, make it stay so. Jahshaun.
All
Well,
right,
look
before
like
you answer, Room, Burrell Dan, you want to show what you're 23, man?
yeah. We could see who you decide to put on it.
Yeah, make us see what I go on board. So we'll come back to your question now, but we want to see where you are put out. Paula Donaldson, yeah man, big up. You see a female in our room today. We have to big up the female now. Paula
Yourself,
Donaldson,
Paula.
big up yourself. Welcome to the coach's desk. Yeah man, and she said it's a good look. Better will come in the right season. Of course. Of course. Of course, Paula. Look like you know the football thing, Paula. Big up yourself.
Paula up on it, man.
Yeah, man. All right. Burrell Dana say start from goalie, defenders, and midfield. Yo, hey, hey, Burrell. Welcome, Richard Samuels. Welcome, welcome. We don't know where they are, man, but Lamar Walker and Jahshaun we are talking about today.
Yeah. Borrell try get
We
man.
can't touch that.
Borrell try.
Daniel tried it today.
If Borrell, if me pick, me can't even say me know physics out right off the top of my head a 23 man squad, honestly, because the difficulty in that is that there's so many other ballers out there right now that can claim the nationality, that can actually represent you in the World Cup. Ballers that right now probably sitting on the fence saying, "Hey, I don't know if Jamaica will make it or even get close to it, When them for wait a little bit, you understand?
Yeah.
Couple of them in the championship, and we know a couple of them in the Premier League, right? I think Max Aaron's are one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Max Aaron's are one of them, and some other youth. So it's all over the air right now, son.
Yeah. But Burldan, it's a very good question though, Burldan. But guess what? It's because right now I don't think we have gotten all the pieces that we want, because we still after some players overseas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no football playing right now in Jamaica. So right now the local players, them kind of in a dark corner. Incidentally though, they're in training. They're doing some training. They're in a camp. Unfortunately, we understand that 2 of those players would have been tested for COVID. So the camp has not ended, because the purpose of this camp is to ensure that the players get their fitness level up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But with all these things happening, I am not going to select the 23-man squad just now. Players can get hurt. Players can start to show up themselves. So I would say I would give myself until about the end of March to really, really put together a final list. If you ask me a one-off game right now, of course I might can select the 11 players to run out on the field. But I mean, too early, Burrell. Too early for that. Too early. But he might come up with him squad, you know. And Kevin same have team squad up already. Yeah, man, I whole part in that Burrell, man. It kind of too early. January now, you know. Whole it more football leave to play now.
Whole it more ball I need for fighting too.
And no ball, exactly, because one of the positions that we don't have right now is the defensive midfielder. And we're trying to get Isaac in from Newcastle. And probably there are others out there that we're scouting.
Wait,
so
Aiden can play for Jamaica too?
Yeah, man.
Aiden have nowhere else to go. Where else him go? He can't play for England.
They are in talk. Yeah, he can't play for England. They are in talks, you know, but this is sometimes the fast track of the federation sometimes is not really fast track, because of football. They don't really know the speed of the track. So
yeah.
I
hope these man are going at negotiations, hoping to entice them by talking about money. You know, the only way you can entice these man is the money not really do them, because the money with Jamaica Federation pay them, man, are not compared to them I get right now. Right? It's just the fact that they might get the experience of going to the World Cup, because man like Hayden not gonna ever make the England team.
No.
You understand what I say? Man like Hayden not gonna ever make the England team. So you never know.
Yeah, that's true. But he's a very good ball, and I think he's a very good piece to add to that
defensive mid there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Him fit the bill, man. That player I like and would love to see him in the national colours. You know what I mean?
Newcastle look good today, ain't that?
Yeah. They play well.
I first met him man in place so good in a while.
Definitely.
Steve Bruce, I don't know coach to talk about, but he look good today.
Yeah, man. They sometimes when the players' backs are against the wall, and then sometimes show up, you know. Yeah. But I mean, it's a good look. They played well today. Yeah, Kevin Reid. Remember, you know, if you want to join the panel to come and share your view, definitely just link me on you can link me on here on private message, private chat, or you can check me out on Coach's Desk on Instagram. I'll just send you the link. Yeah, man. So Kevin Reid say, yeah, JFF too slow. Oftentimes, hey, you see all the baller when name Ravel Morrison. Like years now, we offer the baller there, you know. Like years now, persons would have made recommendations to the JFF, you know. And look, it took about close to 10 years before we get Ravel to play for Jamaica. So sometimes they drag their feet. Mind you though, the players that are scouted are not probably in the plans of whoever the coach is at the time and so forth. So,
but then you have to remember, you know, like man like Ravel Morrison and other players from the Prem who might have the ambition to play for another country. Like you think about man like Raheem Sterling. If Raheem Sterling did leave Liverpool and go West Ham and wasn't a mainstay in England, and not as I wasn't playing as good as he is right now for Man City. Raheem Sterling would have probably played for Jamaica.
True.
You understand? A lot of them have ambitions elsewhere. Why them decide, all right, cool. I have a door citizenship or I have link to England and can play for England possibly, probably in the future.
But
then them try all off. Ravel Morrison probably that thing might come good eventually, but just never
let
come
me
good.
tell you something to fourth official. Let me tell you this. It is sometime the English FA realize that these players can hurt them if they don't give them a call up and they play for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because even Mason Greenwood, he could have been playing for Jamaica as well, you know. And the man then call up them players there and give them a cap so you know so they lock them. There's no other place they can go right now.
Them try so
that's what they oftentimes do.
Mason Greenwood have connections to Jamaica?
Yeah.
Never know.
Yeah, man.
That up.
A lot of time that's what happened.
Them try it with Zaha, you know. And Zaha outsmart them because Zaha had a player under 21 for England, you know. With Zaha had a player under 21 for England. It's after it wasn't until Zaha realized when him call him up the last time, him have a choice to make either to go play for England or go down at Ivory Coast. And decide to go Ivory Coast because he knew him and be a mainstay in Ivory Coast and other than England.
Yeah. Because a lot of talent in England, you know. It's very hard to get into that side, you know.
Like Hayden. See my mention say Hayden away on JFF. At this
point, man, let me tell you, the calls were made, Rome. Everything set. Hayden is very interested. Very, 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 very interested. It's just that JFF need to make the move. So we secure Roof, we secure Gray, Aarons, and Liam Moore. So I just
Which Gray? Which Gray?
Gray. When first name again? Help me out in the comment section.
Who play for? I know Gray from Leicester.
What name? Where did you get Leicester Gray name?
Andre Gray.
Yeah, man, Andre Gray.
Andre Gray, man. From Leicester.
Yeah.
That boy, they're full of skill, you know.
Yeah, so and Liam Moore used to play for Leicester, my captain, ready now.
Yeah, so if Andre Gray I play upon the right, upon the left, and Liam Bailey I play upon the right, that our attack can probably be the best in the CONCACAF. I can tell you that right now.
Hey, listen to me. I'm glad they bring up that point there now. But you see right now, CONCACAF, because of the caliber players in that CONCACAF right now, trust me, we can qualify now, but it not gonna be smooth.
Not gonna be easy.
Because you see, US have a team right now, mad. Mexico, them have a team, and you can't rule out.
But Mexico always have a team, though.
Panama on them side.
Mexico always have a team, though, man.
Yeah, man. So it thing set away, man. I tell them, man. It set away.
Polish free.
So we just need to do what we need to do.
Right now, if Hayden coming, because you look on, Hayden must be excited because obviously more play some international football. But when you look on the way I go up against now the England squad, man like Rob Henderson, right? I go up against man like Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even at the same team where he play with right now, because he didn't play for Newcastle a lot.
Yeah, man.
Them that more call up John Joe Shelby before them call Hayden. Understand? Them have so many other balls them can reach for another position in terms of holding midfield. And England don't even play with too much with holding midfield as that. So they must struggle to play elsewhere. You might as well make the move. And if JFF drag them foot, I don't know what the hold up could be if you want your team to do well. The only way you're gonna get recognition if your team do well. Jamaica, last time Jamaica made the final at the Gold Cup, Jamaica, we named the day all over the place in the man.
Whose name?
Jamaica, the football. So I say the only way I go build your reputation and gain sponsors and stuff if your team do well, yeah. And the last time, remember we make the final at World Cup in a Gold Cup?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel it when they got a match, I feel it, man. One way they losing. See? And in that period, when that player good and I win all of the match, it was all over the news. So you see people are watching the team, and I said, could this be the team that go back to the World Cup again? You understand?
Yeah, man. All right, we could take some of the comments in the comment section. Sherlan said, if it's not good enough for England, why is good enough to represent Jamaica? We just answered a question there. Right now, England squad our team is very hard to get into. It's not that he's not good for England. You have players up the order. He's basically down the pecking order. And if he down the pecking order and he can play for another country, why not? Americans have a lot of players that weren't born in America, but they have American parenting and they play for everywhere it's happening in the world.
Yeah.
Every single country.
I mean, look on France. Look on France, brother.
Exactly.
France World Cup winning team have probably one man with a French name in it. Every one of them African name.
Yeah.
So that should answer your question right there.
Yeah. All right, bravo. England are a World Cup side. See, they never miss the World Cup and make deep run. It's okay to not be good enough for them. All right, so bravo answer a question then. Well said, bravo.
And just to piggyback a little bit off our bravo, so if you want to go in depth, let's be honest here, the level of football Jamaica play nowhere compared to the level of football we're playing in England. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And if you are gonna say they're not good enough for England, why them good enough for Jamaica? The ball of them at Jamaica right now, not good enough to make any other team. Right? So
right.
we have to develop ourselves and develop the ball of them what we have right now. And because we're not at that level, if we have people all over the place so we can reach for, why not? I mean the year we go to World Cup, we have man like Dean Burton,
exactly.
Robbie Earl, all of them man there. The man never apply them trade at Jamaica.
Exactly.
So we've been doing it for a while and nothing new.
Yeah, man. All right. So welcome to Coach Thomas in the house. Welcome to the coach's desk. And
yeah, man, evening.
Yeah. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. So we basically talk about Lamar Walker and Jahshaun Anglin and anything reggae boy will really come up. So we're basically saying it's a good move for those youngsters. Persons are saying it's not a good move because USL, they're probably better than the USL league. But we are saying that it's a big move for them. What say you? You heard me, Coach?
Personally, any move from Jamaica. Let me say good evening. Let me say good evening to everybody. Are you hearing me?
Good evening, man. Boss.
Yeah, we go on the self. All right. Let me start by saying congrats to the lads. I really want to commend them on that. The mere fact that they would have been moving out of Jamaica when, no football is played locally. And they would have already done some groundwork, or done enough groundwork to land themselves a contract. So let us commend them on that firstly. I've seen both youngsters played before. Both are very, very talented. Two different footballers. But they are very, very talented. And I think both of them have huge scope to really develop. And I think Anglin is going to be a monster. He's already a monster. And if you look at him physically, look at his playing ability, his ability to pass his football over long distance with serious levels of accuracies. He's very strong in midfield, good tackler, has good vision. I'm thinking that this lad is going to go places. All right. However, I think a move to Europe would have been better for him. But I think anything out of Jamaica now, as it relates to football, is good. Lamar, on the other hand, is really a live wire. Seriously skillful. I think 1v1, he will annihilate anybody because he's seriously skillful.
Yeah, man.
He's extremely quick as well, and he has an eye for goal. And you would have seen him getting some caps in the national team recently. He would have played with the U team and then played at Portmore, won the Casa Cup with Clarendon College. So I'm thinking again, good move, but I'd prefer to see them on the European side.
Yeah, definitely would want to see them over there. But I mean, like you initially said, no football is being played in Jamaica. And any opportunity to leave the island right now, I think that it's a good pick up for them to leave and play some football. Because they would want to make the squad coming up. You know what I mean? And you mentioned two important things about the two youngsters. Lamar is a live wire, very good 1v1. I can tell you, he's very good at that. Jahshaun, like I said, he's a monster. He's a beast, being prepared. And if he hone his skills correctly and his handlers work with him, trust me, that defensive midfield position, him can lock down for Jamaica. All right, so
I mean, what is 1 second? But what is even more frightening about this? It is Anglin's age. Anglin is just 19.
Just 19,
and
right?
when you look at the lad, right, being 19 and possess so much qualities, it argues well for him going forward. And I'm just thinking that in the European space, and that boy would have made several strides if he was in that space. I'm just thinking that. But let me hope that he makes the best use of this opportunity and see this opportunity as a stepping stone, to further launch his career. And I would not want to see this youngster being stuck in USL, but probably a season or two, and then make some other moves somewhere around the world.
Here's my worry, and it worries me for every, not just footballers, but all athletes in Jamaica going abroad. Will these young men have a team around them and a family around them to keep them grounded? And I say that because, as they say, he's 19, and that can work so well in his favor. He has youth, energy, time to develop and become great. But that in itself can be a detriment in terms of it can so easily go wrong, and it happened to so many young athletes that leave Jamaica and they get exposed to a different type of lifestyle, a different type of a world, a different culture, and remain grounded, and before you know it, you start focus on wrong things. You understand? So the main thing is making sure that these young men remain grounded and wanting the same thing over and over, knowing that, listen, I'm coming here to put my head down, work hard, because this is not where I haven't made it yet. It's incumbent upon him community, make him know when him leave, so they're not keep him a parade and say, oh yeah, the greatest thing ever. No, because he make it yet. You understand? You're not reach there. You just go in there, this is another stepping stone, and that's the mentality this man should have.
Go ahead, coach.
Interestingly, Kevin and sir, coming from, I think both boys will be coming from probably two of the most organized clubs you can find in Jamaica, and probably you could be Caribbean. So I think they're coming from very good setups with good. And Ludlow is a Harbour View, and Ludlow I think is a very good mentor for any young player. And Ludlow would have brought you people like Bibi, people like what's his name again? Used to play right back for Jamaica, went to the MLS as well, and he's a former States Casa Cup player. So remember his name. But Ludlow would have brought you several other youngsters. I mean, Maggie would have played at Aberview for a short while, and even recently, or in recent times, Norman Campbell left Aberview and he's now in Serbia. Vassal played there for a short while as well, Ralph, and All of those top players play there. So I know Ludlow has what it takes to mentor these players to really prepare them for the future because we would have seen this. Lamar coming from Portmore United again, I think, for one of the better setups in the Caribbean. And with Portmore management staff, I'm thinking that the sky is the limit for both of them. I have my concerns, but based on their preparation and the clubs that they're coming from,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that they're going to do well.
Yeah, man, because those two clubs are one of the two clubs. Well, they are the two. A few of the two clubs right now in Jamaica would have had a semi-professional setup. If you want, you could talk about a Mount Pleasant. You could talk about Harborview and Portmore United. So yeah, they are coming from good background. You know what I mean? So let us take in some of the comments. Sherland Christie, big up yourself. He's in England. He said he wants us to big up his son, Rai Christie. He's currently in the Aston Villa setup here in England. He's just 9 and doing very well. I'm a Jamaican and hope he represents Jamaica. All right, Sherland Christie, we'll ensure that we follow Rai Christie. Yeah, man.
Right, big up yourself. Here what? Tell me what you do for me, right? Give Grealish a link for me, right? Make him know so we are way upon him at Manchester United. Just give him a one page. And link back. You can link back the photo feature after you're done. See there? Just look me up on YouTube, shoot me a one message. Just let me know what Grealish said. Tell him we're waiting on him at Manchester United, yeah? Alright, big up yourself.
All right, so we have Devon Porter in the house. Big up yourself, Devon Porter. Devon Porter is one of those persons in the diaspora who does a lot of work, right? So he said, Christy, I'll put his name in my database and keep tracking his progress. You can also find me on Instagram and send me a private message, and then we can exchange contact. Sherland, may I tell you, a good answer I put that you there. Link him up. Devon Porter. Trust me. Yeah, man. So, gents, we keep talking about these Jamaicans. Some persons want us to give them actually our 23-man squad for the Gold Cup and the World Cup qualifiers. Before you came on, Coach, we actually said that we share the same view that it's too early to really get a 23-man squad on paper right now because there are some pieces that Jamaica they are still trying to get, like Isaac Aiden and some more. So, what do you think about that decision in terms of picking a 23-man squad now for the Reggae Boys?
It's a little bit too early, but I think persons would have laid down the gauntlet already. I think there are some names, barring injuries, will be there. And we would have seen if you look at the core of the team that played the Saudi game, you can take probably a huge percentage of the squad from that core. For people like Morrison, people like Morrison Lee that came in from England, the youngster that started at Man City. Corey Burke wasn't there. He'll be a part of that as well. Blake wasn't there. He will be a part of the setup. So if you look at the more senior players that played those 2 Saudi games, and with people like Corey and Blake and Alvas and a couple of others that were missing, they would form the core of that team. However, my only concern is that you may have a tournament with probably not much local base players getting involved. Because I'm seeing probably 97% of the team coming from abroad. Coming from abroad meaning you would have been here probably 2 years ago, but you got a contract to go over. But as it relates to local players, remember we're not playing in football now. Probably people like Tull. Tull is correct name is again Kemar Fleming, I think. Not Kemar Fleming. What's Tull correct name again? Went to George. That is correct name again.
Arnett Gardner, right?
Yeah, man. I think it's Kemar. I think it's Kemar. So I think it's
Yeah,
Kemar.
yeah. Me know we are
Um,
the name now jump out.
right. So Kemar. There is other striker from Mount Pleasant. Um, uh, Kemar Beckford. I'm
Yes.
thinking that he's going to those two local players. I'm thinking that will be a part of the squad. I think Norman Campbell showed some class the last game.
And he's
I
a
think he'll be
workhorse.
somewhere in and around the 23. Right. Paris showed good sign. He's currently playing in Slovenia. He's a leading goal scorer in the division, in the second division in Slovenia. So I'm thinking that he will be around there as well. People like Lamar was introduced in the second game. Maggie was introduced, I think, in the first game. They'll be in and around a 30 man squad. But as it relates to the core, you can look at the bulk of the team that started the second game and formulate your squad around that, barring
All
injuries and
right.
everything.
All right. All right. Let us get in some of the comments because some person are sure some blow at you, coach. But first, you have Wildside Jenna say, big up yourself, Coach Thomas. You know what I mean? So you probably know who that is. But Kevin Reed say, Burke has no place in the squad.
Okay.
That's Corey Burke. What you say about that?
Wildside Jenna. Sure. Jenna and so.
Like Coach Freeze.
Coach Freeze. So Kevin Reed has said
Somebody saying Burke. No, I don't think so. No, Burke is Burke. Kevin.
Yeah, man, we hearing you. All
right. No, man, Burke. Remember, Burke had some issues. But Burke went back to Philadelphia Union.
Yes.
Got on the score sheet. He's one off. If you look at, you're going to have people like Bobby Reed. Bobby Reed will be there. Shamar Nicholson will be there. Corey Burke will be there. So they're going to take probably about 3 or 4 number 10s within that number 9 within that 23-man squad.
Yeah,
so
man.
There's no way you're going to have a 23-man squad without somebody who is powerful inside the air, kicks the ball probably off both legs very, very good. Robust player, strong, aggressive. He's going to be a part of that. Shamar as well. Shamar will be a part of that. Johnson from Fulham will be a part of that as well. So I'm thinking that we have at least 4 competent strikers going into the World Cups, the World Cup matches. So it is going to be interesting as it relates to which two or whichever one they might choose to use based on their formation.
Coach, here's what I am thinking, right? And the type of striker you get dependent on the rest of the team from midfield moving forward, right? And you mentioned the type of striker that can kick it with 2 foot, strong in the air, dominant type of player. That type of striker to me would suggest that you're playing a team that has 2 wingers, right and left, that all they do is just get down on the flanks and swinging crosses, right? But we were talking about this earlier. That if you have that type of striker who's going to rely on a lot of crosses in the box, we don't have that type of wingers in our team. If you have Leon Bailey is predominantly playing on the right, cut in and try score with his left foot. He's not the winger that you rely on to go down and put in crosses in. And then the next side, we talk about Andre Gray from Leicester that might be able to come in. He's another winger that's going to be playing on the left hand side as well, just to come in and try to hit it with his right. So we don't have the type of wingers per se. Let's say those are the guys that will go with on the wings. Do we now need a different type of striker to complement that striker you talk about, the dominant striker? Do we have that within our ranks, someone who can play the quick 1-2 passes at the edge of the box and do, a lot of movements, intricate movements at the edge of the box with these type of players? Do we have that kind of striker in our ranks?
All right. I've been watching Bailey in the Bundesliga recently, and Bailey has been firing loads of crosses inside the box. Not only cutting in and shooting. Mark, you might find him cutting in and shooting a lot, but he does square a lot of balls, on several occasions. And I'm thinking that based on coach's instruction, Leon Bailey is the type of player you can say, look, Shamar inside the box, Andre inside the box, both of them are over 6 feet. Listen, get this ball inside. He will get the job done. I'm thinking that.
Right.
Because I've seen him doing
it. Check this argument then. In the Bundesliga, he's playing 30-something games a season, and then obviously cup games and whether it's Champions League or the Europa League. A lot of games in play, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
plus the German Cup.
Plus the German Cup. When you're going at a tournament, whether it's a Gold Cup or the World Cup or qualifications, we don't have a lot of games or a lot of time for give Liam Bailey 4 or 5 chances to crosses on his weaker foot, which is right foot, just to get the ball on someone's head. Majority of the time, the defender is just gonna stay on his left side and give him the him the ball on his right foot. And we know that his right foot is not 100% accurate. So to me, relying on Liam Bailey putting in a bunch of crosses on his right foot, which chances are he'll hit the target 1 out of 10 times with his right foot. I would say if we're gonna go with those type of players, I would like to see the selection being not 3 of the same type of strikers in terms of the dominant, strong type striker, but someone else, kind of like a Aguero type, type of striker. He can dribble past a couple.
Bobby Reed is that type of striker you're talking, And I'm thinking he's going to feature heavily in this Jamaican team because he's that type of player that will come for the football short and move again, and you can slip in 2 passes as well. But Corey, to me, moves very well on and off the ball. So you get variety from him. I saw also Leon operating on both flanks of Jamaica in the Saudi game. And I've seen him done it as well in the Bundesliga, both right and left hand side. So I'm thinking that with Leon's experience, you can sit Leon down and say, this is the tactics, this is what we're going to be doing, this is how we're going to be doing stuff, because we have this kind of team or these different types of players. We want you guys to do this. However, avoid being easily predicted. So therefore, because I've seen teams really scouting Leon the last 2 games he played in the Bundesliga. He was not given any space and time to cut in. They would block, that's his strong side. I've seen that. But I mean, the more games he play, being played at this level by Leon, I'm thinking that he's going to become better at what he does. And you'd have seen people like Ian Robin after he would have mastered that cut inside and then going for the far post, he was unstoppable, and he did it like it was a training routine. So the more games Leon play, I'm thinking that he's going to master.
Yeah, but all right, coach and fourth official. Definitely we are going to need these type of players because you see this World Cup qualifier that is coming up, it's going to be a very hectic one. And we can't just sit and have like a set of players that, for example, you only have 2 strikers being selected. You're going to have players that are going to be on yellow cards. You're going to need rotation and all of that. You have to play a certain player for in a certain game versus going up against another opponent. So it is important that we have these sort of players around the squad to ensure that rotation is given. You can't have one player playing too many games, burn out. They have to go back to their clubs and all of that. So yeah, they might beat Corey Burke, but I would have him and Shamar Nicholson in the squad. No doubt about that. All right, let's look on Kevin Reed is saying them not ready. And all of that. Burrell Dan is saying that we need Orgill, Campbell, Bailey, Reed, Roof, and Gray. Yeah, man, some good names. Actually, roof, possible in passport sort out already. And
Kevin.
Hey, who the boy the name Reed? Are the same youth from
Bobby Reed. Play for Fulham.
Bobby Reed, good you.
Fulham.
Yeah, man.
Bobby Reed.
Him scored today too, you know.
Him scored today.
Yeah, man, good you.
I don't know if I see him youth. But
yeah, man,
good play.
Pan the wing to the pan the wing.
Yeah, exactly.
Jahshaun goal today too, you know.
So, all right.
He's more of a number 10 to me though.
Yes.
He's more of a number 10 to me.
Play behind the strikers.
Yeah,
man.
Number 10. Right. So he comes in between the lines and the channel.
Yeah, man. Real talk. So
and pick up and then move again.
Gregory Lay was great. So he also has Gregory Lay a part of the team. Some Burrell Dance and Maggie need for Jahshaun. I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. Maggie is a very good talent that can work on. Norman Campbell, Devon Porter said that Norman Campbell is best youngster we have. He should be in the squad.
Solid youngster.
Yeah, man. Norman Campbell would have to be in the squad for me. Wildside. Yeah, man. Oh, Wildside Jenna is Dunbar coach. So you probably know who is that.
Dunbar. Because it's Dunbar.
All right. Kevin Reed said if Beckford, Burke, and Malcolm in a Gold Cup squad, me stop watch Jamaica.
That's the extreme, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, what if the players
that we want? Too hard on these players.
Hey, Kevin, what if the players that we want? You know, we need to get Kevin. Kevin, send me a message on Instagram so you can come on the panel. The last time you were on the panel. You have some very good points, but I want you to join the panel so we can hear you some more, man. The one if I message them.
Corey Burke.
But Corey Burke,
out of the
three, Corey Burke would be one of my players. Definitely.
I'm a namesake of the day night, man.
Very good player.
Yeah, man. All right. Bravo said Campbell needs to develop more. Other wingers like Foster, Flemings, Aarons should be there instead. Some good names that him call, you know. Some good names that him call.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So you see, it's going to be very competitive.
Fleming.
Go ahead.
And people have to work to get in the team. But Fleming's good pick, good youngster. What this does for Jamaica, I think this does more good than bad, because what we have managed to do successfully now is to finally create a pool big enough where we can choose quality
so we have
from.
Options. Exactly.
That's the best thing, and this only argues well for our team going forward.
Yeah, nothing.
Right. So I'm not worried about my concern. If I was to have concerns about the team, is the support behind the team and the organization behind the team as it relates to administrative wise and management. Those would have been my concern, and not per se the on-field things or the players that are out there. But it is a kind of support we can get. Will we get enough financial support to do what we want to do? Will we be able to have camps because of probably COVID, or would we get players together long enough? Those are some of the things I think that will cause more problems, if you ask me. But I think based on what I saw in the Saudi game, I was worried about the central area of the park. And when I saw Ravel Morrison and I saw Johnson, I was a little bit comfy with that area now. So I'm just worried about the management side.
No, but
aspect of our program.
Coach, I'm going to shake me on one day.
I don't agree with that, I think there are two of the same type of players.
Right, no problem.
They are more attacking rather than defensive. So to have that,
who is that?
Improvising. So that's why we need that Isaac Hayden, and that's why we need that Jahshaun Anglin to come to fore, because having Johnson and Morrison in the middle of the park there, they give us more attacking flair.
Okay, so here's why I'm going to subscribe to. I agree with you, Coach Minzy, but I take a different approach to it, the way Coach Thomas said. Here's my approach. I can never be confident with a midfield Ravel Morrison. One is because we don't know if Ravel Morrison will be available to play the World Cup and going forward. Understand what I say? And the reason for that is Ravel Morrison cannot hold on a steady team or a steady team to continually play football and increase it and increasing talent and build power him have. And he's always been like that since the days in Manchester United Academy when he win the youth FA Cup. Ravel Morrison been bouncing from team to team and can't hold on a proper team. And when you have somebody like who outside of the game, everything is just in shambles on the field. That's why he has been living up to his potential. In my opinion, you can't really be too confident that Ravel Morrison holding on a spot in the Jamaican national team for now until we're certain him there in our club and him playing for that club on a long period. That's my opinion about Ravel Morrison.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Rome. Now let's get back to some of these comments. Bravo. Also, in my opinion, we don't need Kemar Beckford or Kemal Malcolm. There are too many options at those positions. The only local players that should make it or would make it would be goalkeepers. Maybe. I tend to agree with Bravo on that one. You're very spot on, my friend. Speechy, Israelite, Corey Burt, done and dusted. I tend to disagree with that. Borrell done. Now put up the message there. All right. See some more message. Devon Porter again said Tapper will alternate the strikers because we have 3 tournaments. Yes, and that's what I said. He has to because too much football I go play. Whole football I go play. And you see when the youths them remember when World Cup qualifier go on in them still got there at them club play ball, you know. Especially those that are starters, you know. So if you have a rotation system, we hope that the rotation system will work, but it has to happen. Burrell Dan say Roof will be our goal scorer. Yeah, I agree with that. We need fullback to swing the balls in. You have a Kemar Lawrence, a Taxi Lawrence. You have the guy Lear. You have
Max Aarons.
O'Neal Fisher.
I'm the Aarons.
Alvas Paul. Who you said Rome?
Max Aarons, you know.
Well, that's if we get
him.
Yeah. That's if we get him. So we have to ensure that we get these players. Andre Gray play for Watford. So them saying play for Watford, not Leicester.
So wait. Maybe I talk about the 2 different persons. You have Andre Gray play for Watford, yes, so one striker. Are we talking about the striker or the winger? Because Watford have you Andre Gray name and play for Leicester, play for the right wing. I go look him up now.
Yeah, man, you can check it out. All right, Devon Porter again said we are in discussion with a striker like that at the moment. Ivan Toney. Yeah, Ivan Toney is another striker that they're in discussion with. So, hey, the local players, them are going to problem. Bravo again, so Roof is a bad striker. If we don't get Toney, then Roof should start. Total agreement. Kevin Reed will hit the local players them hard. Kevin, come on, man. We don't want you to stay outside, man. We're coming to a place, man. All right. So Kevin said, so would take Burke, Malcolm, and Beckford over Roof, Gray, and Reed and Nicholson. No, man. No. That's not what we are saying. I think coach was trying to say if we're going to look at local players, Malcolm and Beckford would be one of them. Remember Burke play overseas too, you know. Corey Burke is an overseas baller, you know.
Kevin, you hearing me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you.
Okay, good.
All right. So moving on with some of the comments. Speechy again say you can't use Bailey to swing in the ball. He's a danger man to cut in and shoot. That's true, but him have to go swing in some balls too.
Yeah,
But
you want variety. You want variety. You can't allow your wingers to be predictable. People
of
can
course.
plan against that, and you know, coaches and teams will scout your teams and say, fine, all he does is swing in and shoot. So we can set up against him and plan for that easily. But you want to make him to make him a little bit more dynamic. So in the sense that what is he going to do now? Is he going to cut in or is going to cross? Or cut in, shoot, what? You know, so you don't want to make your wingers become predictable. It's easy to scout and plan against that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Come
Richard
on.
right. Adamari Gray. Just look it up.
Adamari Gray.
Yeah, Adamari Gray. He play for
Okay,
Leicester.
okay.
So Andre Gray, the striker, who play for Watford. And him can't
Yeah,
get into
man.
the team because he play behind the Watford striker, the boy they were down there long. So made I mix them up. So the whole premise behind having Andre Grape on one side and Bailey on the other side didn't really make sense. Because the Gray that I was talking about was a winger. I made the thing. But Andre Gray totally different baller.
Yo, Borrell Dance Corey also moves into space well. And Kevin Reed still upon it say Corey Burt done. But I just got an update in a virgin. I link one of my source and them say it's not Damari Gray, it's Andre Gray. So I was right. It's Andre Gray.
Yeah.
So me just get a message. Let me check and confirm
So
again.
Kevin.
Andre Gray is a striker,
Kevin.
you know.
Yeah.
Corey is a good mover on and off the ball. Corey is a beast inside the box.
Of course,
I'm just sorry that Corey was hampered recently by some developments he had while he was in the US. But he came back and he played for Portmore, scored some goals. He went to Austria and he was also on the score sheet. This boy has been scoring goals no matter where he goes.
And I agree.
So you would have to give this boy some credit. He's doing well. He goes back, he rejoined Philadelphia Union. He was on the score sheet. Austria, score sheet. Locally, Poma United, score sheet.
I remember he was leading.
There's some quality there that we can't deny.
Remember, he was leading the league before he went back to Philadelphia now.
Right. So
Kevin,
quality is there. You can't deny that.
Can't deny. Kevin shoot Corey Burt bad, but me and the coach are defending right up. All right, so let me give you a
good player.
All right. Bravo said, I think there's a big chance we see Damari Gray file a late request to join the Reggae Boys. So there are two grades, people. I want you to listen to this carefully. We have a Damari Gray and Andre Gray. You know what I mean? The one that is finished with his paperwork and his passport is soon to be sorted out is Andre Gray. Play for Watford. That's the baller we're talking. And now, Damari that plays for Leicester, he is sort of undecided right now in terms of if he should get involved with playing the national team. So let us just clear up that conversation there right now. You know what I mean? So I got direct information just now. All right?
Kevin, you know that Jamaica stands a very, very good chance of getting into the World Cup with the present squad they have. They stand a very, very good chance. One of the better squads I've seen assembled for the longest while. Solid squad. But as I said to you guys, my concern is not about the on-field matters, more so the off-the-field matters. If we can manage the egos off the field, if we can get things right, if we can get finance behind the team, I am thinking that the sky is the limit for this team.
And I agree with you. Because the off the field issues are equally important when the 11 players are out there on the field. And oftentimes they blame the coaches and say that the coach not have no sense, him not do this, him not do that. But I mean, sometimes administratively, the coaches fail because of that. Because they have to have a good system to work in, everything has been going. You're not gonna have everything ideal because this is Jamaica. But I mean, if you give the coach what he want, then you can grade him high. If you don't give him what he want, don't grade him high. That's all, man.
Once we can get these boys or these men, once we can get them motivated and locked in on football, locked in on Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup, and not thinking about other things or distracted about contractual matters or any other thing like that, this team is going to do very, very well. There are loads of qualities in this team. And if you look around CONCACAF now, we are right up there as it relates to quality. Mexico have a solid squad. USA, solid squad as well. But Panama, Costa Rica, and them teams, Honduras, they're always there because of their levels of organization. But as it relates to talent, I am thinking that we are right there with the top two in the region right now.
I agree with that, coach. Definitely. Because US don't forget about US and Mexico. They have some
that's I mentioned them. I mentioned them as being two of the better squads inside CONCACAF now. But Jamaica, if you look at talent-wise, Jamaica is right there. And we have more players being exposed to football in other parts of the world that will come back and add some value to our team.
And some quality.
And I think that will make the difference. Not hearing you, Kevin.
Oh, there are some. There's this player that persons have been talking about, Jamal Lascelles, but it has been sorted out. Devon Porter said he just made contact and realized that he's not eligible because his father is Bajan. So Jamal Lascelles can't play for Jamaica. And Bravo said that has been a matter of contention for years and discussion. So now Devon cleared that up. All right. Hear what Bravo said. The US has the talent, but they haven't built their chemistry and their players are young and inexperienced, which we should take advantage of. Club football and international football is very different. I agree. Coach, may I give you the time to answer that question? I agree with Bravo, But at the same time, you remember Ajax team that is very young, even though that they are club players. But you see when the youthful exuberance come out and they are hungry for it, hungry to play, trust me, these youngsters are going to run rings around any team them get because they are going to play them hard and everything. What say you, coach?
All right. So let us look at it from this perspective first. Irrespective of the inexperience or the qualities that are age difference that US might have, take into consideration US levels of organization. The mere fact that they would have been there over and over speaks volume, and you can't go around that. When it gets down to World Cup qualifying time, USA, Mexico, they know exactly what to do and how to do things. I'm talking administratively. They know what to do. So they could probably have not one of the better squads, but they will come out, prepare themselves, and play as if, we are the best squad in the world. Nobody can beat us. They know what to do. If there are off the field issues, you will not hear that coming out in the public. I can bet you that, because they have managers and leaders who are, let me not say competent, because I don't want it to sound a little bit embarrassing, but knows exactly how to manage situation. And that is, I think, one of the difference between a Jamaica and a US or a Mexico.
And coach, one of the things that we have to consider as well when Bravo make this comparison between US and Jamaica is that the level of football that these youngsters or USA is playing is totally different from the level of footballers that we have, whether you're talking about the overseas based players or even our local players. If you think about it, Leon Bailey would probably be the only one who's playing at a high level. That's going to be in our team. Other players are in and around championships or other leagues around the world. When you look at man like McKinney, you look at Pulisic, Robinson from Newcastle, not Newcastle, the team that played today, I can't remember. But these guys have a different set of organization, different level of preparation and training and teaching. They live, eat, breathe, sleep football, right? And so when they bring that all together, when you have the Pulisic from Chelsea, McKinney from Juventus, you know, when you have all those guys coming together and playing together, the level of football that they're used to or exposed to is going to be different from what we're exposed to, right? And that's what's going to set them a little bit ahead of us in terms of we now need to find that extra push to get us past them. Understand? Even set aside the organization of the JFFR and the USA Football Association, right? Talk about the players on the pitch, and when all of that comes together, right? The level of football that we play, if you're going to be molding local players to overseas-based players or players from all over Europe together, the level of football that these guys are used to is going to be totally different from what we have, and that's going to set them above and beyond us. That's what I think.
All right, well said. I do believe what Devon is saying right now. I agree with him totally. I think one of the big challenges that the Reggae Boys face in moving forward is actually the administration, and Coach Thomas mentioned it a while ago, because that's a very important ingredient. Sports is like baking a cake, cooking a pot of soup. You have to put your ingredients together and everything counts. If you don't put no salt and you put in everything, the soup now going to taste good. You could have put the most pumpkin in it, the most chicken foot, and if you put goat head or whatever, all the ingredients are important. So you see, if we have the best team assembled, and if we go for Pep Guardiola, and the administration is not giving Pep Guardiola what he needs in terms of working with the team, trust me, we are not going anywhere. And I think that is going to be one of our downfall if things are not put together. Big up the JFF. They met with some senior players and they actually have a contractual agreement with them. They are actually looking through it for another 2 weeks. They will meet again. And then so there are discussion ongoing, and that's a good look for them. So we beat JFF when them wrong, and we have to give them kudos when them right. You know what I mean? All right, bro. Go ahead, Coach.
Quickly, if you look at the 1998 setup, look at the pool of players we had. How many of them were playing locally before we were joined by the overseas players? What Rene did, Rene made them believe in themselves. There were issues, yes, but Rene managed properly, and he made them believe in themselves. Probably there weren't a lot of money in preparing the team, but the huge difference there, I think, was Rene. Captain played a huge role as well, and they tried their best. And if we're going to move forward, if we're going to get into the next World Cup, it is going to take something similar or even better than what we had in 1998. So it comes down to the arose levels of the players. It comes down to communication. It comes down to you having a bad first half in your first game or a second game. You losing a game that you should have won. What communication method or style is being used? What is being said? How it is being transmitted to the players? all of them things going to be key going forward. And if we can manage to probably you guys were a little bit young when Rene was around. I was a little bit young as well, but I still used to follow a lot. Rene had a certain charisma about him,
True.
and the players gravitated to Rene, and that made the difference. And yeah, you're saying?
I'm saying I could hardly understand him I say sometimes when him talk.
But he still managed to get to them 1v1. So even with Kappa, it is going to come down to the relationship you have with the team, and also every single one of those players in that squad. It is going to come down to that. So when it comes down to coaching, it goes beyond just having 11, having an 18 or 23-man squad and say, yo, this is what we're going to do, so and so, so and so, so and so. But sometimes it's a one-on-one connection you have with your players, allowing them to believe in you, allowing them to say, yes, I'm going to fight for you, coach. If I say, this is how we are going to do things, I believe in you. The problem comes in when people start doubting coach and not believing in what coach is saying. And then you have all kind of issues. So if they can manage to get this unit singing off the same sheet, everybody basically eating from the same pot. Remember, I told the guys earlier, this Jamaican team is going to be one to reckon with. There's a lot of talent in this team. Loads of talent.
Yeah, right. So Richard Samuels said that Simoes still believe that the team chemistry was the most important thing. And Devon Porter again say, I agree with everything that you're saying, coach, about Rene Simoes. So some salient points you made there, coach, because I think he was more of a psychologist.
And he used that and his charisma. When he needed to be tough, he was tough because he had runnings with Lowe and runnings with Boyd, and he was tough. And when he needed to drop the hammer, he did what he had to do. But for most parts, these youngsters, not even the States, when they were camping, if you watch a documentary, these guys used to sleep on mattresses and stuff on the ground, you know, versus 5-star hotel now when our players come to Jamaica or this luxurious campsite up by Ewing. They never had these things. But Rene got them to believe that, listen, Mexico coming to the stadium, we're going down by Azteca. Listen, we're going to fight. We're going by Honduras, we're going by El Salvador. Remember, Paul we went behind down in El Salvador, and the team fought, and the team dug deep, and Paul I think, find the equalizer in the game, and they 2-2. I think we scored first. They came back. They went up 2-1, and we came back 2-1. So you saw them fighting. And that is where I think it is going to be important now for Tapa and his coaching staff. As a coach, when do I smile? When am I going to be stern? When the entire stadium is pressuring Andre Blake because he made a mistake. As the coach, what am I going to do then? Am I going to rush Andre? No. Or I'm going to talk to Andre after the game. Am I going to, let's say, Andre or Lowe or somebody, 4 or 5 person mess up in a match, and we drew the game, we should have won. Am I going to bash these players open in front of the team, or I'm going to make general comments and then speak to these players off air by themselves so as to get them back for the next game, because the games are going to come quick and fast. So I'm just worried about those little things, managing the players. I'm worried about that.
So you probably have to text the. Text Tapa with more.
So basically, you're saying, coach, that you don't really trust Whitmore's charisma.
Not necessarily trust, because you would have seen Whitmore gone to Gold Cup finals and semi-finals. So you can't doubt Whitmore. Whitmore would have been one of the first coach to beat the USA Whitmore would have gone to Chile and beat them 2-1. So Tapa can do his thing. But I'm just saying, if you want to raise the bar, these are some of the things you need to look at. You can't ignore them. These are some of the final things in coaching. And they are different from standing on the sideline, because people believe coaching is standing on the sideline and shouting at if you're a selector. That's not coaching. But it's the ability to communicate with your players by just looking in their eyes. So Kevin, you're on the Reggae Boys team. You're ready? Kevin, you are telling me yes verbally, but your eyes saying no. So it's the ability to look in a player's eyes and know, hey, you are ready for this game. You are not ready. That is going to be important. I think Tapa have enough time. He would have gone through 1998 campaign. He was one of the main players. He did well in the World Cup as well, World Cup itself as well. So I'm thinking that he has loads of potential. He has proven that he's by far one of the most successful coach to have coached a Reggae Boys team. So you can't take nothing away from that. It's just that now, what we do going forward and how we do what we do. That is going to be key.
One of the things that we need, right? One of the things that the Reggae Boys from 98 had that this team currently do not have, and you mentioned Rennie Morris being an integral role, part in bringing the team together and them having.
You are a bit low. You're a bit low, and I hear you a second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So one of the things that the Reggae Boys in 98 had that this current team doesn't have, and I think we're kind of looking it over. We mentioned, of course, Rennie Morris being integral in that role. However, the Reggae Boys back in, remember, this was just when they came up with the whole Reggae Boys thing. You know, these men were making history. You know, in qualifying in that game that they won in the national stadium to get us to the World Cup. They had that push. They had that. Let's make history for this country. Let's make history for the Caribbean. Let's be a part of history. This current squad doesn't have that external push, right? Everything right now is being pushed by internal motivation from these ballers, and that's where Whitmore and the DFF come into play. What do you have, or what are you gonna instill into these guys to motivate them and to give them that extra pushing back? And as you said, Whitmore needs to learn when to smile and when not. I've never seen that man smile. Even when he scored the winning goal, I've never seen him smile, right? But you do have players who need that arm around them shoulder. You do have that players like a Wayne Rooney. If you cuss him out, he might go to play him best because he's upset. But if you cuss out another player, it might just end up in a shell. You understand? So Whitmore needs to get that part of him. And as they say, coaches is not just about standing up and shouting like a selector. However, does he have that ability to different strokes for different folks type of coaching? You understand? Do we have that? And if he doesn't, is he employing people around him who has that ability? Because that's what we're going to need if his team is going to move forward, in my opinion.
All right, guys, let us switch lanes a little bit. Many persons are talking about the chemistry, and being that the core of our players are going to be coming on a plane, joining up together before games. Coach Thomas, I want you to tell the viewers out there now how a coach really deal with a chemistry from players where he doesn't see on a regular basis. He doesn't really have them in a campaign system where he can gel with them, even as a coach. How do you think Whitmore is going to get this chemistry going?
First of all, it comes down to knowing each and every player. And in this technological age, it can be easy to probably watch some games that they would have played. And then after the game, a day or two after, you can call them up. Boy, I watched a game where you play Leon and you were so and so, and I think you could do this and do that. But try to create a bond, with your players. And as soon as they get into camp, there are some short games and different ways they can use now to get the group together. Having them knowing different things about themselves, having them telling each other one or two or three things that they might like, things like those, but try and use the technology available to communicate with them. So they might be in Europe, can be a case in Europe for 2-3 months, and as national coach, you don't touch base with them.
True.
Yeah, touch base with them. What is going on? How things going? Heard you were injured. Heard you're getting treatment. I heard so and so.
Yeah.
How is that coming on? That move you made, I think you move a little bit too early. So in return now, well, coach is seeing all of that. Coach have my back though, and coach really checking in on me. That will kind of break down some barriers. And I
Yeah.
think if he look in that direction and try and get things like that going on, just simple sometimes. I want WhatsApp message. Everything good, baller. How things going? How the family, how the youth them. Things like those. Those things can break barriers. But you would have to be skillful enough to still have the line of respect, because you don't want to get too friendly with your players now, and
Right.
then the respect, the line for respect is being erased. You don't want that, but you still want to be able to professionally communicate with them and then maintain that kind of respect.
True. One point that somebody is making now. See the questions coming in quick and fast. If Ravel doesn't play, find a team who's gonna play his position. And then somebody said Johnson, but a follow-up to that is Ravel can't play Gold Cup because it is hosting at USA. Some time ago, I've heard that he can't travel to the United States.
Mm-hmm. If Ravel,
like criminal. I'm on for the no-fly list.
we're in January now, so if Ravel did not find that, we're in February now. So if Ravel did not find that team 2 days ago, he's going to be in trouble because transfer window would have been closed.
Yeah, I heard that Derby wanted him. That's Wayne Rooney over there. I heard that Big Sam wanted him, but nothing forthcoming. So I don't know.
But let us hope that he finds a club. But look here, that lad is very, very talented. I don't think that boy knows his potential.
Yeah, man, him talented, bad man.
Seriously talented. And I'm hoping that he will get a fair chance to represent the country wherever they are going, because he's going to have a lot to say going forward.
Yeah, man.
Going back to the chemistry thing real quick, and the coach touched it from a coach's perspective, but from a player's perspective in terms of bringing in 23 man who hardly has never played together with each other. It's going to be a challenge for Whitmore to get these guys, because one of the reasons why when you watch international football, it's extremely slower than the Premier League or for league football. The reason why it's slower is because players don't normally play with each other. So in order not to make a mistake, they take the time when they're making decisions and passing and stuff. But when you're playing for a club, as the right winger that your right back is going to overlap. So as soon as they get the ball over your right shoulder, you just play it down the channel and he's going to be there because you play with him, you train with him every day. That doesn't normally happen with the club when you play for international football. So one of the challenges that he's going to have is to get his team to gel in a way that they know each other when they're in the training camps and they play and they start learning each other's game, right? Because he's not gonna have a lot of time to have the left winger or the right winger in Liam Bailey spend a lot of time with the right back who's gonna be overlapping. You understand? Or the two midfielders that they have in the pivot, or even the strikers up front, whoever is playing, because once they start growing that chemistry game after game, then things will start flow, right? And so you won't have to look over and stop and make an extra touch because you're checking to see if you're getting a pass right there. You know it's going to be there, so you just put it there. So that's basically how, in terms of the challenge he'll have when it comes to chemistry on the pitch.
And people, for those who don't know, Rome has been playing semi-professional league in the United States. Baller from Jamaica. You know what I mean? So him know him I talk about, you know what I mean? So in terms of the chemistry, my additive to that would be like all these players are professionals. And as a professional, you should be able to make quick adjustment, timely adjustment to any given situation. It's gonna be tough, but I mean, like I said, they are professionals, so they should be able to link up, play some football, and once they understand the communication coming from the coach, then it should be a no-brainer. And I mean, all right. So Devon Porter said the travel thing has been cleared up where Ravel is concerned. So Ravel, good. You know what I mean? So, all right. Borrell Dan said he wants a Gold Cup prediction for our group, Costa Rica, Suriname, and a prelim team. What say you, gentlemen? Because I wouldn't give a prediction because the group or the zone is not finalized. But how football is going on, the team that Jamaica has, I would have Jamaica to win the group, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it all
It is
depends
going
on the
to
prelim
be.
team, yes? Oh, go ahead, coach. Go ahead.
You're going ahead, you're talking?
No, you can go ahead. You go ahead.
All right. It is going to be tight. And again, whilst I want Jamaica to come out on top, it is going to come down to man management and team management. All right. So what kind of squad and what kind of team we enter a Suriname game with versus how much days after the Suriname game is a Costa Rica game. How much points do we need to qualify from the zone? So it is going to take all of them calculations, all of them. We need X amount of playing time or minutes for this player. In the Suriname, let's say the Suriname game comes before the Costa Rica game. Do we go full strength Suriname and then Costa Rica, we have tied legs out there, or do we rest 1 and 2? So things like those would have to be worked out properly. Every single thing, even in the World Cup qualifiers, because of the whole COVID pandemic, everything is going to move faster. You see what is going on in the EPL?
Yeah.
2 games per week now. So it's squad rotation, planning, which game we take a point from. Which game we give up 3? Which game we take 3 from? Because it won't be practical for us to get 12 or 9 points from the zone. So we would have to look carefully at all of those factors. Look how the zone set up the fixtures and plan accordingly as we go along. So that is just my take on it, while making a prediction.
Yeah, man. Very well said. Well said. Because it's gonna be difficult to just often throw out a prediction. And coach is not really a pundit. He's basically he analyzed the game. So that is definitely something that we can't look at right now. So Devon Porter said, "Welcome, Kevin Reed to the panel." Devon Porter said, "Hold on, somebody background not so clear. Sound like a you, Kevin. Start that out. I can't type or something." All right, so Devon said Jamaica should say thanks for Ravel because he scouted and recommended him from 2012. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, big up to Devon. Coach Thomas. Devon say,
Yes.
You know. So,
Devon say, what?
You want to connect up with you. So we can do
you can give me contacts, man.
Yeah, man, we'll link up after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, Kevin Reed, what you say now? Welcome to the panel.
Coach, let me clear up my point now, Zin.
Which one I coach on that?
On the whole Corey Burke thing. Zin, to me, right now, Burke not in our squad. And Burke can't get in our squad right now. Right now.
Me not say that.
Coach, who for game market?
Unless you know somebody we don't know. Remember, all of the players that we are scouting right now, not all of them have been committed, I remember, like Coach
Thomas, the committed man them right now. We have them visa right now.
But hold on, Kevin. Games are coming quick and fast. You need to have players for rotation.
Well, it is on that situation. I mean, I'm 40, not 23. Straight.
Yeah, but
if
why?
In that situation, in a 40-man squad.
But why men are 23?
Coach, right now, my 23-man squad, Bert no better than Roof. Furthermore, Roof are playing more right now. We have a young and upcoming striker in Jahshaun Nichols, so when me never go left out of my 23. See? Already have a Bobby Reed. And Gray get in passport. Which one of them 4 man they are going to drop out for add Corey Burke? No, seriously, make a reason upon that level.
You might not drop out a player, but you might be able to rotate. Every player is useful.
That's why I said not in my 23 right now. It could be in the 40 for rotate. Fine, if a man get injured. But me talk about the 22. Remember, you know, we talk about the 23 man right now.
Name your 4 forward that you'd use.
Right now, with what we have right now, all right, my 4 forward Roof, Nicholson, Reed, and Gray. Straight. That are my 4 forward right now. And if we get an addition like Tony, I still not see Burke over none of them 5 there. So may I say?
I get what you're saying. But at the end of the day,
but I'm not saying that for rotate, fine. If you mean at the 30 man or the 40 man squad, probably if a man get injured, I'm going to give him the none. And depends on how much man get injured to, or how much man probably have corona. Because if a 1 man get injured, I still not going to pick him on the squad.
Man, I beat the ball or something.
Who beating Kevin? I'm not hearing you clear. Who beating?
That's just the truth, brother. Remember, you know, we have midfield man where we can even step up. You have a Leon Bailey, you have a Rolando Aarons, you have a Ravel Morrison, you have a Daniel Johnson. All of them man can also step up and score goals. Come on, man. Think about what I said.
Coach.
Yes.
Deal with him now.
Talk to my coach.
Coach, you can't give him praise. Come like you're sub-zero.
Because man them say, I don't really beat right now. The man them just not ready. Local man right now just not ready, brother.
Yeah, but Kevin, you keep on saying local man. Corey Burke is not a local baller.
Well, fine. Apart from Burke, which I'm a local baller, I agree. Jahshaun Beckford not ready yet.
Who?
Beckford. Still have some more to grow.
Good player. Good player.
Good player, but not ready yet.
Yeah, good player though. Good player.
Because me still have young player right now when me would have picked over Beckford. I would have put a...
Who are those young players? Tell me those young players.
I'm squad more on Beckford.
Who that, Niku?
Niku, yeah.
Beckford
right
is a better
than Beckford.
Beckford is a better striker than him.
Oh, what you saying, coach? Come on, man.
Yes, man.
In no way at all. In no way at all.
Niku, good chap. Still have some more development stages to go. So, but Beckford is ahead of him now in terms of quality. I'm telling you that.
In terms of what? What?
Quality.
Come on, coach. I would not agree with that.
Well,
in quality, in
check out. Look at Beckford a little bit closer.
And I'm not.
Yes, man.
He's a good young player. But I'm not see him have nothing over Niku daily right now.
Yes, man. Movements on and off the ball. Technical ability, man.
The distance might not be far, or the disparity might not be far, but
if you are saying for exposure purpose, and giving the youngster additional experience from now, fine. Because Beckford's a little bit on the old side. So if you are planning on developing for the future, then I will agree with you.
All right, fine. I agree with you on the future part too. But me still that technical. Kemal Malcolm done. Him just get a last minute fame in a last run in a before the league end. And we're not in the league now. Them man that right now not ready.
Age-wise.
20-minute ball game different
But as
from
it relates
120.
to, you can't question his playing ability.
Coach.
Can't question that. But age-wise, fine.
Coach, age-wise.
No, if you're telling me he's not ready because he's too old
and
you need to expose.
20-minute ball game different from 90. The man can't
I
run no more
know,
than
but
20 minutes.
yes,
Because
I
that's
know
Do it
that.
over and over. Him is not
Huh?
consistent either. Him not consistent either. So we can argue on a lot of points with Kemal Malcolm.
Yeah, but what would he use to say he's not consistent? What would he use?
Eh?
What would he use to say he's not consistent?
All right, well, I would use our crappy Premier League. Kemal Malcolm is very inconsistent in it. Am I lying? For Arne.
All right, you realize when they had a coach change, you realize the Kemal Malcolm you were seeing?
When who?
When they had the coach change, you remember when they had when they switched from Jerry to Alex, you realize all of a sudden Kemal game changed significantly.
Change in what way?
He started scoring loads of goals, and he looked more like the Kemal we saw at George's. Hence why he was called to the national squad.
Yeah, that give him a call up.
That give him the call up, yes, because you were scoring goals. I agree. But to me personally, I'm going to tell you what I don't like with Jamaican football. There is certain clubs, as long as some man a score, they all when the man them not good, because you can put man not good and them still a score goal. Them
No,
ready for national team.
no, hold on, Kevin, hold on. You see, in any league, this is how you judge your players now. If you have a national league set up, it is to mute the mic, Kevin, mute the mic. Yeah, man, if you have a national league set up, it is to be a breeding ground for the national program. See? Now, if you have a national league and you have a goalkeeper that is a very good stopper and a very outstanding goalkeeper throughout the league, you have to give a player. Likewise, defender, likewise, midfielder, likewise, forward. Because you grade a forward based on how he's scoring. So if a man has scored, you definitely have to call up.
I agree with that. All right then. If you are going to base it on that, fine. I agree with that point there, and I totally agree. See? So why year before last when a man like Cup member with a tear up the place in Mount Pleasant, the national team never give him a nod.
Yeah, because what any competition came up? They had any games?
Yes.
You have to look on that, you know.
That's a friend.
Which lot of
friendly? Friendlies. And he don't get no call same way, brother. So this is what I like with the system.
I get your point, Kevin, but I mean, we probably would have to look into the selection policy. You know what I mean? So basically that is it. So Devon Porter said he understand what you're saying, but he's saying if Burke is performing and getting goals for Philadelphia, right, he will be in the squad. And just remember that Corey Burke can play as a winger as well. So he might not be one of the center forward number 9. He can also play the winger position. You know what I mean? So don't forget that. All right. So Ian Campbell said Fabio Dixon wants to play for Jamaica. Who is Fabio Dixon? Where is he playing football right now, Ian? Alfred Hines said Corey Burke is a good striker. He has height and he always finds himself in a goal scoring position. That is what I agree with totally, Alfred. Then you have to look at a player like Argyll, that's a Devon Argyll and a Javan East. That's what Burl Dan is saying. So trust me, it's a lot of players are out there, but not everybody can make the squad. Ian Campbell said he's a decent right from Switzerland and has represented Switzerland at the youth level. He's just 21. But is he does he have Jamaican connection? That's what we want to know. And we have a Pedro from Brazil who is actually tuning into the show. Big up yourself, Pedro. Thank you for joining in on the show today. We only have a few minutes to go. We have about less than 15 minutes before we close off. So we want to say congrats again to Lamar Walker and Jahshaun Anglin for tying up that contract over there with Miami FC. These are two youngsters that are the future for the Reggae Boys, and we'd love to see them getting more runs, especially a Jahshaun Anglin. He has everything that is required for a defensive midfield: height, talent, passing, age, tackling, everything him have. So we'd love to see. Both of them actually went to Saudi Arabia, so that's a good look from Coach Whitmore, and he actually put the youths them out, and now they have gotten a contract. So we have to say kudos to them. Ian Campbell is also saying that the youngster there, what's his name again? Fabio Dixon. His parents are from Jamaica, and he plays right back. Trust me, there are a plethora of players out there that has Jamaican parenting, some background to Jamaica. But at the end of the day, we can't get all these players. But once they show promise, once Devon Porter see them and put them in a database, then the rest can be history. So Devon Porter, we have Fabio Dixon. Let me put it up back on screen there. We have a Fabio Dixon. So if Devon Porter is still here, he can always add that player to his database. Yeah, man. So Ian Campbell, answer the question. Does he has contact for the player in Switzerland? You have a contact for him, Ian? You could get it over there on IG to me, and I will definitely get it to Devon Porter, who will make the contact. Yeah, man. Leonard Clark, of course, we want Isaac Aiden, but I mean, from what we understand, contact has been made, but not from the relevant authorities. The hierarchy of the JFF, they have not contacted Isaac Aiden as yet, and I do believe that we need that player. We need that player. Yes, Isaac Aiden is interested, but you know, interest is one. He has to get contact from the JFF, and that has not happened as yet. Yeah, then sit down and talk now to be a part of it, Leonard. That have to be a part of it, you know. Suppose him not like what them are present to him. And if it is money, it can't be money because these players are getting good wages over there in England. He plays for Newcastle. But I mean, the whole scheme of things, or things are sorted out and all of that. It might be interested in the system of play and all of that. So definitely, of course, sit down and talk is very important. Yeah, so Kevin said he agree that the team is good, very good team. We can make it. All right, so Ian Campbell said Devon him not find him not the information, but him a search feed. So remember that name, Fabio Dixon. Ian Campbell, he will be sending the information. And if you don't know, you can link me up on IG. I answer messages on IG. any information you have, you can always send it to IG. Coaches Desk will definitely. There it is on screen. So, Leonard Clark, basically, Isaac is just waiting for a call from the General Secretary of the JFF. Once he gets that call, then they have a sit down because they have to talk. I mean, they can't just say, come play for Reggae Boys. They'd have to be involved in that conversation. So definitely that will occur. When that occurs, then the rest would be history. You know what I mean? So JFF need to sort that part out so that the youngster can come and play for Jamaica. We need that holding midfielder, a defensive midfielder, and he does fit the bill. So, people, if you're new to what is happening here on Coaches Desk, please subscribe. We are supposed to be in another interview tomorrow with former Reggae Boys, Marlon King, people, at 1 p.m. Jamaica time. You can't afford to miss that. If all being equal, Marlon King will be on Coach's Desk, a live interview. You can't afford to miss that. You can't afford to miss that. Marlon King, former Reggae Boys. Yeah, he will be on Coach's Desk tomorrow at 1 p.m. Can't afford to miss it. You know, all being well, the baller would be on, you know? So tell your friend to tell a friend about that interview tomorrow. I want to run it up. Yeah. Share it with all of your friends because it would be a good look for Coaches Desk to have a star like Marlon King on set. All right, let me hear what Alfred said now. All of you are picking your own. He's saying that all of you are picking your own squad. I think it will be all up to Theodore Whitmore to pick the right players. That is true, Alfred, but you don't know the fans. The fans definitely always want to speak, always want to add. Yeah, the fans will always have their say. You know what I mean? They want to put in their few cents. So nothing is wrong with the fans sharing their lineup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Alfred? So remember, it's just sharing because the fans can't pick the squad as you rightly say. So it all boils down to Coach Whitmore and the members of his technical team and all of that. You know what I mean? So definitely that's how it is about to unfold. Yeah, so like I was saying, tomorrow we're going to be having Marlon King on set, former Reggae Boy. Yes, the real king. We hope to get him on set. We spoke, we finalized, and we are certain that Marlon will fulfill his end of the bargain by coming on. That's just what he will have to do. Just come on and yes, that's what he has to do, just to come on and we have a little chat and we're gonna have interaction from the fans. If you have questions, you can come out, ask the questions, and we'll try to get through them as best as possible. So yeah, thanks to all the coaches, that's virgins and virgins out there. Yeah, man, you have been good. You have been always supporting the desk. Big up on yourself. We have about 5 minutes to go before we close the show. Any final comments, any final thoughts, any final thing that we want to talk about before we leave set? And for the persons who are just coming in, we had a very good conversation. We had with us on set Rome from the fourth official, and we also had Coach Thomas. Yes. So those were our two guests today. And also joining us was Kevin Reed. Yes, he wanted to share his reasons why he believes that Corey Burke could not or would not make the squad. You know what I mean? All right. The big point there, O'Neal Brown. We as fans can unearth a player that maybe the JFF didn't know about. And that is true. And Devon Porter already alluded to that. He was the one who made recommendation for them to make the link up with Ravel Morrison from 2012. And you see how long it took for them to actually make that move. So, of course, the fans do have a say in it. They might can't pick the squad, but when they throw out their voice on a particular player or players, it might reach a far way. Yeah, man. So we're promoting the Marlon King interview tomorrow. Just remember to tell a friend about that interview. The King will be on. We definitely want to see a lot of people online tomorrow to join us in this interview. Whatever questions you have, and you feel free to throw it out at Marlon King. I'm certain that you'll be able to answer these questions. Yeah, man. So a few final thoughts coming in. Alfred wants to ask a question. Yes. If the JFF know about Isaac Hayden, why would they be reluctant to talk to him? I don't know. I don't know. Definitely would have. And remember, you know, Alfred Hines, Isaac Hayden is not the only player that they would have known about and actually are reluctant in getting to those players. A lot of players before were recommended to them and they were reluctant and that would have caused things not to work out. So I don't know. I can't answer that question. I think I understand where you're going, but let us leave it there. Richard Green, in a perfect world, Marlon King would be coach in the Jamaican Premier League. All right, that's what Richard Green is saying. Yeah, I don't know why they're reluctant. I don't know. I don't know why Leonard Clark. I don't know why. The player has been recommended. The player has been spoken to by persons that I wish not to. Well, some persons might know. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, you don't know. And it's now for the JFF to contact him. Definitely Leonard Clark. He's a very good defensive midfielder. I'm wondering if Coach Theodore Whitmore is actually looking at him and trying to analyze his game, his style of play before they actually make the move. Because, you know, sometimes if he doesn't fit the coach's eye, then he's a coach. You know what I mean? So I guess the final say is down to the coach. All right, Devon Porter is saying, Alfred, they are not reluctant to talk to him, but when the time is right, contact is already made and he's committed. You hear that? And that is coming from Devon Porter. Contact is already made and he is committed. All right. So once it is said by Devon Porter, good to go, good to go, good to go. So, people, we have come to the end of the Coach's Desk live talk today. We spoke about Lamar Walker and Jahshaun Anglin, who actually signed for Miami FC over there in the USL League. That's the United Soccer League in the United States. And it's a big move by the players, and we wish them all the best in their football. All right? Now, thank you again for joining in. We had two guests on show. We had Coach Thomas and we had Rome from the Fourth Official. So like I said earlier in the chat, if you're a Manchester United fan and you just love to hear about football, go and check out the Fourth Official with Rome. He has some very good content over there. And interestingly, please remember to tell some persons about the interview with Marlon King tomorrow. We'll be having Marlon King starting at 1 p.m. Marlon King will be on set with the coach's desk. Paula Donaldson, thank you very much. Big up the lady in the house, the rose among the thorns. Thank you for joining. Thank you for tuning in. It was a pleasure serving you. And definitely, we will do this again. Big up yourself. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the evening. We still see some talk coming in. Still see some talk coming in. Still see some talk coming in. All right, Paula. Leonard Clark said, now is the time. All right, Ian Campbell, definitely. I will check it out when we're off. Thanks again, my friends. I'm out.